And the JGR number 20 will have the future of NASCAR in the driver's seat. Known as sliced bread, Joey Logano will have the distinction of being the youngest driver ever to start the Daytona 500.
A lot of issues with Joey Logano's pit stop. This is your ride with Joey coming in here, and I think the first thing that happened, you can see him waving it back. He was across that front line, and you cannot be across that front line if you do go ahead and complete the stop. I guess there were some issues in the ARCA race with Joey last Saturday, so cost this 20 team a lot of time on their pit stop.
And really and truly, he didn't get a chance to make a pit stop in the Budweiser shootout. He had trouble, wrecked.
Oh, you're clear. Go.
So
when you think about Joey Logano being 18, Spencer has scars that are 18. And Joey Logano joins us now on the Home Depot stage. Joey, good to see you.
What's up, guys?
It is hard to imagine, thinking back to when we were 18, just how exciting this day must be for you.
Oh, it's crazy exciting. You know, it's the biggest day of my life by far. To be starting a Daytona 500, it's a dream come true since I was 6 years old, and to finally get here, it's a heck of an accomplishment, that's for sure.
It's here, man.
Joey, my very first Daytona 500, I think it was 1993, 15 years ago, and Mark came up to me before the race and he says, Kenny, realistically, it would be a success for a top 20. What do you think? What is your realistic goals for today? Would a top 20 make you happy?
Yeah, I think it would. I think what Harvick said is pretty much right. Finish the race. That's the big deal here, to gain experience, gain the respect from the veterans out there, and you know, wherever we are at the end, just be smart. I mean, that's what we got to do. We got to finish the race. You know, learn all this draft and stuff, all that stuff. So it's all new to me. So you know, I think as long as I finish the race, I'll learn more for the next time we come back here. And you know, I mean, even through the whole year, it's going to be like that. So I know that going into it, and it'll be all right.
What are going to be the expectations of the Home Depot team this year and yourself?
I've just been saying everyone the same thing I just said. You know, gain the respect from the veterans. If you're going to be here for a long time, you have to do it right. First impressions mean a lot. So yeah, that's going to be the first priority, and then from there, you know, just learn as much as I can and do the best we can. You know, we don't have that preseason test, and so it's going to take us a while for me and Zippy get used to each other. You know, when I say loose, how loose? When I say tight, how tight? I think so. That just takes time, you know.
That's the thing I noticed, Joey, too, is your teammates Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin up there, you know, helping you along. And I saw you up on the truck, somebody in your car. You're going to see a lot more of that this year, giving you some more guidance, because I think it's very, very beneficial.
It's big for sure. You know, for those guys that to actually help me that much, to jump in the car and help me that much. That's a big deal for me. You know, because when I said a car sucks up, I don't know how much a car should suck up, because it's the first time I've been here. So that type of stuff is something a rookie really doesn't know. So to have a veteran like Kyle or Denny help me out in all those different situations, it's huge.
Joey, last year on this show, me and Spence were not critical of you, but we said we think he's too young, doesn't have enough experience.
I watched that show, you know.
Yeah. You know, it's so fun, Joey, because everybody's like, oh, you're being critical of Joey Logano. I said, you don't understand. Joey lives next to me. We're friends. So respond to us, me and Spence, saying you're too young. You know.
Yeah, it's probably 1 year earlier than I thought it was going to be. But, you know, it is what it is. Would you turn down the Home Depot Toyota? I mean, would you? I mean,
no.
Hey, you
I don't think
anybody do that. So, I mean, you got to take it. And
listen to the Home Depot fans. Yeah, baby.
All right. So, you know, I mean, it's just, I mean, it's opportunity of a lifetime. It might not ever happen again. So you got to take it, and it's going to be a bumpy road along the way. But as long as you know that going into it and you work hard with it, everything will be all right.
How old was Kyle Busch when he won his first Cup race?
18.
18 years old. Go for it.
Yeah, it's 20. It's 20.
20?
Oh,
but close enough.
Yeah.
So you got to beat him. You got a couple years to beat him. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Joey Logano, thank you so much for coming by. Best of luck out there. It's going to be an exciting day for you no matter what happens. Congratulations to Joey Logano. He's got to go and get ready to race this Daytona 500. We got to take a commercial break, and we'll be back in just a moment to continue previewing this great American race.
Trouble front straightaway. Joey Logano pounds the safer barrier at the inside of the entrance to pit road. And it's a hard hit for the 18-year-old from Middletown, Connecticut. He had been doing so well from the back. He'd climbed up to 27th position as of a lap ago, but something sent that car out of line and hard into the wall.
I'm going to tell you, that was a hard lick, but Mike, you mentioned it, safer barrier on the inside there coming into the trove.
See what happens here. I got a feeling that.
He tried to stay off of Scott Speed in the 82, and he drove down in front of Greg Biffle. But look at that hard lick there.
I love it that they finally put the safer barrier there. That used to be a dirt bank several years ago, and boy, it was worse than hitting a wall.
You would know. You hit that thing a ton. Wasn't it 4th of July race?
Yeah, no, it was in the 500 in 83.
And you know, no one did anything wrong there. Scott Speed got loose. Joey Logano tried to stay off of him. Greg Biffle in the 16 was right there.
This is going to hurt. Let's ride along with Joey Logano.
2-1.
Just a bump. Just a kiss.
But look how well contained he is in that car.
All right, bud. Yeah, I'm fine.
And he is.
There's a young man that will be glad to leave Daytona. He has had a rough 10 days down here.
Youngest driver ever to start the Daytona 500. Will not be 19 years old until May.
I just don't know if I can handle the pressure that he is under, Larry, at this time, and only 18 years old. There's
that seat opened because Tony Stewart was offered a 50% ownership in what was Haas Automation Racing. Offered it for no cash consideration. It was a career move that Stewart just could not afford to let go away. That opened the seat. They've had Joey on a development program. He won the Busch East Championship for Joe Gibbs Racing, and Joe Gibbs says if you have the talent and you can demonstrate you can win.
Yeah,
I see if you're ready.
I think I've heard him say himself, though. It might be, you know, I think I'm a year ahead of time. Got here a year earlier than I thought I was going to.
Yeah, the timing was just off by about a year.
Exactly. Good kid, good family.
And fortunately for him, this is just one race out of 36. Add Joey Logano to that list. He's been released from the Care Center. He's with Matt.
Mikey just walked up, and Joey, walk us through what happened on the racetrack with you.
It just looked like the 82 was loose in front of me, and I dropped down a lane underneath him, and as he kept slowing up, I eventually got underneath him, and you know, he checked up so much that the 16 got in the left rear, and it's one of those deals. It's a bummer for all the Home Depot guys, you know, make the big debut here in the 500, but not the way we wanted to end. Still felt like I learned a lot, but not what we wanted.
All right, thank you, Joey.
Thanks.
Still believe we're going to be hearing a lot out of that young man in the future.
Oh, he'll learn. He's a sharp kid. I've seen him race in ARCA and in the Nationwide Series. He'll learn.
To the front.
We got trouble. David Reagan in the 6, Joey Logano in the 20.
And Robbie Gordon. Scott Speed, the 82, and Greg Biffle are in it.
Caution out. Well, that didn't take long.
Logano had just come from finishing second in the ARCA 200 this afternoon. That's why he missed the drivers' meeting. They had a red flag in the ARCA race, and he was waiting for the race to finish out in his car on track. So he missed the meeting, had to start last, and he gets caught up in the first incident of the night along with Scott Speed and the 16 of Greg Biffle. Watch Logano in the 20 on the right underneath Jeff Gordon.
That actually starts, I think, a little further up here.
It does.
Robbie Gordon in the 7 gets into the back of David Reagan in the 6, and it's the accordion effect from there. And Joey Logano in the 20 just gets clipped as Scott Speed in the 82 comes off the banking.
Second wreck at Scott Speed's
Jeff Gordon in that
he
24.
Scott was in a wreck last night here, very similar. You drive. That's what you have to learn to do, and that's what an experienced driver does. He doesn't touch the brakes. He drives through it.